Hello class. I'm recording a exam summary for you, test number 1. We're looking at the dynamic learning system, and when you're trying to understand how human beings process information, the dynamic learning system would say that we have the big picture and the little picture. So we're going from chunks of information to bits of information. So when you are preparing for test number 1, the big picture is we have covered 5 chapters. And then you need to take those 5 chapters, give each chapter a name. They are Introduction to Motor Learning and Control, Chapter 1, Understanding Movement Preparation, Chapter 2, the Role of Attention, Selective Focus, Paying Attention to Relevant Cues, Chapter 3, Behavioral Theories of Motor Control, Chapter 4, and Neural Mechanisms, Vision, and Proprioception, which is Chapter 5. So that's the big picture. The little picture is now to do your best to disembed the concepts in each chapter. Toward that, you should look at your study guide. You can go through chapter to chapter and yellow highlight the concepts that we have brought up in class. You can look at the red highlighted concepts in your textbook, or you can go to the back of your textbook, and in the glossary you have a series of definitions outlining the basic meaning of each of the concepts that we have covered. So hopefully you can find these concepts in your textbook, match up the concepts we have lectured on in lecture, go through D2L and find out lecture notes. I have sent you many links to video that we have watched outside of class. I have sent you articles, links to research that supplements your work in class. And your test number 1 is posted on D2L. It's a quiz. It is due Sunday night, March 14th at 11:30 p.m. Once you turn on the test, you have 75 minutes to complete the test. You cannot start and stop the test and go back. You have 75 minutes to complete the test. The format is a multiple choice, first set of questions. Then it switches to sentence completion. It's a multiple choice with a sentence and 2 matching responses, which you will pick either A or B. And the third section of your test is a true-false. You will indicate whether the statement is a true statement or a false statement. There's 40 questions on your test number 1. Your test number 1 counts for 20 points in your final grade. And hopefully you'll have time this week to study, prepare, log on to D2L, and successfully complete your test. You will know exactly how well you did as soon as you finish. It will be scored instantaneously, and you will have your score out of 40, and that will boil down to a score out of 20 for 20 points or 20% of your course grade. Next week we're moving on to new material. We'll finish the back half of chapter 5, which is the brain, and we'll be moving on to material in chapter 6 for week 6, which is learning takes place in stages. So we'll look at beginners, intermediate, advanced learners. We'll look at learning curves, the shape of learning. We'll look at Fitts and Posner's 3-stage model, Gentile's 2-stage model, and we'll understand performance plateaus, floors, ceilings, and how the power law of practice explains how the relationship between time and improvement in performance. So hopefully this summary will help you prepare for your test number 1, and I look forward to seeing you in class next Monday, and we'll move on to some new material.